Hey everybody, Jittery J here. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Well, it's that time of the week again. Time to check out and see what Carl's up to. We're checking out the Ricky Gervais Show, Season 3, Episode 8. This one's entitled Medicine. And before we get started on this, we're going to hit the original with a like and subscribe. Make sure we show support wherever we go. We're going to get into this and, like I said, see what Carl's up to this week. I can only imagine.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
I think it's probably best, Rick, if we return to the very beginning of time, the dawn of man, because, of course, even in primitive, prehistoric ages, medicine was practiced in some ways. In the research people have done.
Sorry. I was listening to what Stephen was saying about medicine being practiced. It's a whack. So, oops. I was trying to make sure my sound was okay, because I've got my sound for the video itself up as loud as I can get it, and then I turned my sound down a bit, so hopefully I can match them up a little bit, because the sound from the video is not up very loud for some reason. But it does have both channels, so there is that. Anyway, let me rewind that a little bit. That just caught me off guard.
Of time, the dawn of man, because, of course, even in primitive, prehistoric ages, medicine was practiced in some ways from the research people have done, cave paintings and the like. Carl, I wonder if you would just give us your initial thoughts on, the medicine of the ancient world.
You sound like you haven't studied it, or you're being.
You're being modest.
You're being modest.
Never really thought about it. I know that Tutankhamun, he died of having a knee injury, so they didn't have that much medicine knocking about back then.
Right, where do you get this information from? It sounds vague.
He came off a chariot. They're dangerous things.
He came off a chariot.
Honestly, you're gonna make yourself look daft here, because that's what happened.
Imagine that in a room with Carl Pilkington, we make ourselves look daft. That would be incredible.
Shall we move on to
Ricky's sarcasm is top of the line. It can't be beat.
That would be incredible.
Shall we move on to
Carl's face?
The ancient world in terms of Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, of course, because they made huge advances, particularly the Romans, who understood, of course, the importance of sanitation. Right. Famously, their streets were clean.
Yeah. Don't you think that if we hadn't have cleaned up as much, that, I don't know, we'd be stronger?
What?
Well, I know what you mean. Yeah, they say
feed
let
the
your kids
baby
eat.
Yeah,
of course. Well, that's exactly what immunisation is, giving you a bit.
Yeah, but it's gone mental now. Whenever a baby's born, he's drugged out of his eyeballs.
Right.
Cold. They're giving all sorts of shots.
Like what?
Loads of stuff for whooping cough.
Yeah, you don't want whooping cough. Tutankhamun could have died of whooping cough.
No, but did you give it loads of stuff, and now it's like, I don't know, it's making us weak.
There's this big thing, like the superbug, where
I see where he's coming from with this. Apparently Carl's a little bit anti-vaccine, but yeah, I see where he's getting at. We're putting up barriers between ourselves and our environment with all these antibiotics and medicines and everything else, and we're not letting our natural white blood cells, which are supposed to be our natural antibiotics, they're supposed to fight off infection. We're not letting them do their job. We're boosting them until they're not actually strong enough on their own. if that makes sense. So I get where he's coming from with that. It's like it's making us weaker as a whole.
Like, I don't know, it's making us weak.
There's this big thing, you know, like the superbug, where people took half the course of antibiotics. It was almost like an immunisation to the bacteria and virus against the antibiotics.
That's what I mean.
So, yeah, we need some germs, as you'd call them. But there are some that we have eradicated. I mean, I think it was in our lifetime that they eradicated smallpox from the world.
There are rumours, of course, that both Russia and America still have the smallpox virus under lock and key, which they could theoretically breed and use in a chemical warfare situation.
Well, there was a bit of a scam.
That would not surprise me one damn bit if we both had that.
Theoretically breed and use in a chemical warfare situation.
Well, there was a bit of a scandal a few years ago, I think 10 years ago, where in a university laboratory, someone came across a marked yogurt pot in deep freeze that had smallpox in it.
When you say it was marked, was it like someone's put their name on it because they don't want someone to eat their smallpox?
No, I think they looked into it, and it was the deep frozen smallpox virus. What I mean is, it's under lock and key or frozen at minus 200 degrees centigrade. Why?
Under lock and key and all that. It's not good enough. Get rid of it. Why are they keeping a little tub of smallpox knocking about?
Well, are they not? Are they not meant to be?
Well, that's
what
a lesson.
was he doing there in the first place? To me, that's like in James Bond, where they don't kill him when they have the chance. He's always that little thing. Play with danger. Let's keep a bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably next to AIDS in the Chiara bottle. I don't understand why you'd store that.
It's mostly AIDS.
Place. To me, that's like in James Bond, where they don't kill him when they have...
Carl's got a point, though. Why don't they get rid of it? But on the other hand, too, what if by some force of nature there's another outbreak? They may need that to create a stronger antivirus. If the vaccine is no longer working, if there's a stronger mutation to it. So they may need that base to create a stronger antivirus, if that makes sense. And I know what I'm thinking. I'm just not sure if I'm explaining it right. But anyway, he's got a point. Why did they never kill Bond when they had the chance? They always had him in traps, and they never killed him. He always got out of it because they talked too damn much.
What are you doing there in the first place? To me, that's like in James Bond, where they don't kill him when they have the chance.
Right.
He's always that little thing of, let's play with danger, let's keep a bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably
next to AIDS in the Chiara bottle. I don't understand why you'd store that.
Well, there's probably a presumption. It's probably an overhang from the Cold War, where people were thinking, well, listen, what if Russia's still got some smallpox? We better hang on to some smallpox.
Right.
It's just clutter, though, as well, isn't it? You see, we're obsessed. We're keeping stuff. And it's the same with germs. We can't even say, get rid of that. We won't be needing it. Smallpox. We'll keep it just in case. Get rid of it. We've got this obsession thing again. It's saving everything.
You say that, but of course, famously Alexander Fleming discovered what may be the most important breakthrough of the 20th century, which was the first antibiotic, I think, in 1928. And he discovered that because he left a bit of old bread out for a while, and it went all mouldy in his kitchen. And he thought, oh, what's that? Oh, let's have a look.
Like I've said to you before, it's down to him being scruffy more than anything. It just seems like there's a lot of scruffy kitchens around.
But think if his cleaner had come in and gone, oh, Mr. Fleming, you disgust me, you fucking filthy scruffy cunt. I'm going to throw all this bread away. He's going to go, Maud, what did you do with that old bread I left out? It'd gone green, sir, so I chucked it away. Oh, Maud, you dopey fucking slut. You've just caused millions and millions of people to die. Keep out.
It's not like he would know that ahead of time. But still, it's Ricky going overboard. You gotta love it.
Fucking slut. You've just caused millions and millions of people to die. Keep out of my fucking kitchen.
He always goes to the extreme.
Don't put it there. It's the same way smallpox in a yogurt pot. It's in a yogurt pot.
Wow.
You're asking for trouble.
But what if
Right.
Maud had come in and thrown that away? Again?
He couldn't shout at her. She's doing a job. I'd be annoyed if it was still there.
Yeah.
They just don't put like yogurt pots with smallpox in the fridge.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
but
a starter.
Yeah, but you were
Right.
saying earlier, let's let babies eat mud, don't inject them.
Yeah, but
Let them crawl around a dirty floor, clean up the floor, and no one will
I
die.
did say that, but we've gone too far now. Babies are coming out mad.
Oh.
They can't handle anything now. Oh, he's got a runny nose. They're coming out all mardy. Get ill.
mardy?
Coming
Yeah,
out
they get
what?
ill easy. They're not tough babies anymore. You're ending up with a load of weak people who need looking after all the time. That costs a lot of money.
The animations on this one are just epic. Poor baby. It almost distracts from what he's saying. I'm barely catching what he's saying because I'm watching the baby go around on the Roomba.
With a load of weak people who need looking after all the time. That costs a lot of money. And they can't do anything. They're useless. Now, that doesn't happen in other nature. If a little weak bird is born, you see Bill Oddie saying that won't last. He says that won't last a week, and he's right. You watch it and he says, "Oh, that third baby that came out, it died," and
But
he was
what's your
right.
point, Carl? That modern
My
medicine,
point-
which can help people live to the age of 75, 80, that it shouldn't be doing that? They should let people just die off?
Well, here's something, right? The estate that I grew up on, there's a woman there,
Yeah.
Scruffy Sandra.
Okay.
Already?
Scruffy Sandra.
It's so descriptive.
Now-
She had no chance, even if she cleaned up her act.
Yeah.
She'd come in looking like Pretty Woman. You go, "All right, Scruffy."
No,
What's
so,
the point? What is the point?
so
Fucking
the
hell.
thing is, she used to always get on these buses called dialer rides that were sort of like posh taxis. You could call for one, it'd come round to your house,
Yeah.
and it would pick you up, and you'd pay like 50p. But
But they
you
would
were
pick
allowed-
up a bunch of other people as well.
Yeah, on the way. So it would take ages
Oh,
to
what
get
a
to where
nightmare
you're
that
going.
is.
No, it's good though. It's kind of a bit of a day out. Old people used to love it because you'd get to see things.
Right.
And you'd hear a call coming in on the radio that, Scruffy Sandra's being picked up. Oh, God. And she'd always have loads of bin bags with her for some reason. Now, the thing is,
Well, she sounds clean.
she stunk.
Well, she's taken out the
Was
bin
she
bag, though.
homeless?
No, she wasn't homeless. No, she used to just, she just didn't bath and that. She just stunk. But the weird thing is,
Why do they call her Stinky Sandra?
she never was ill.
Right.
People
Okay.
didn't sit next to her
Yeah.
because she stunk.
Yeah.
Now, because of that, anyone who might have had a bit of flu or a cold never sat next to Scruffy Sandra
Right.
because she stunk. But that was good. That was like a protection thing for her because she knew that because she stunk, no one wants to sit next to her. She wouldn't pick up the germ.
Oh God.
Right.
Okay.
This is quite. Your point is, in order to fend off illness, you have to not bathe, and so you stink.
So you're saying that it wasn't that she'd built up an immunity, it was that she stank so much that flu wouldn't come near her.
This
be
is
a lot
such
of
a
you.
specific example. It's not applicable in any other scenario.
There's always colds, there's always flu. It's whether your immunity is good or bad. That's interesting, isn't it, that more sort of colds are spread through shaking hands than people, just taking in the air. That's why some sort of germaphobes don't even shake hands anymore.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's going too far because they're going to die of something. You can't be that paranoid. You've got to get on with your life.
Loneliness.
And it's good to feel ill because
I like how Steven just puts that in there right away. Because he said they're going to die of something, and Steven goes, loneliness. That's messed up.
you can't be that paranoid. You've got to get on with your life.
Loneliness.
And it's good to feel ill because when you feel better, you appreciate how good
Doesn't
you feel.
make any sense at all. It's good to feel ill. Doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it does afterwards. The other weekend when I was ill, I don't know what was up with me, but I got something.
Symptoms.
Went to the toilet a lot, felt sick at the same time, got a sweat on, felt weak, had the shakes.
That's the flu.
Just a bug, yeah.
Lasted probably about 24 hours. After that 24 hours,
The
you
stomach
go,
flu.
oh, I feel good again. It's nice to feel good again. And it makes you appreciate how good you feel. Now, sometimes I don't know if I feel well.
Doesn't make any sense at all either.
Huh?
What do you mean? Sometimes you don't know whether you feel well.
Because I've been in my body for years.
Here he goes.
Oh, here we go.
Here he goes again.
No.
Two minds.
If there was some sort of kit that the doctor said, "How are you feeling, Mr. Pilkington?" And I go, "Oh, I think I feel all right." And they go, "Well, do you?" I don't know. And they go, "Well, step into the machine, right? Get into the machine, and if he could somehow transfer my feeling into his body, so I could feel how he
So-
feels, and then he can feel how I feel, and he'll go, "Oh, you're not well at all. Your heartbeat's irregular."
So he's not talking about changing brains to another body now, just feelings. Before it was switching brains from one body to the next. The problem is where would you get the extra body? You know. But Carl's out there.
And then he can feel how I
Sometimes.
feel, and he'll go, "Oh, you're not well at all. Your heartbeat's
Sometimes
irregular
he's
for a start."
straightforward, but
You're a maniac.
This is
sometimes he's like straightforward and everything's got to be a certain way. And then other times his imagination is something to behold. When he comes up with stuff like this, it's just something. It's something you gotta experience.
You're not well at all. Your heartbeat's irregular for a start.
You're a maniac.
This is. I
No.
don't know what's going on here.
Because-
Why don't
'cause
you
you
just
get used-
accept that if you feel well, you know...
Because you don't know if you
Hang
feel
on, let's
well.
get this machine built. Sorry, why are people bothering studying AIDS? We got to get this machine built.
Listen, this machine could do a lot of good if they could do it.
Why?
Because some people, you hear about people who go, "Oh, I think I've got a bit of wind." Before you know it, they drop down dead. Right? Because they didn't know. They just, well, didn't Mr. Jones have a sweat on, Mrs. Jones, before? Oh yeah, he did, but he always had a sweat on. Well, didn't it bother him? No, he was used to it. Happened for years. Why didn't you come in? Oh,
So,
he
and
felt
what would the
all right.
machine do again?
The machine would make my doctor
Yeah.
feel like me.
So
because there's too
Mr.
many ill
Jones went to the
people.
doctor and said, "Oh, I've got a sweat on," right?
Right, so he'd go, well, I'll tell you what, get in the machine. So Mr. Jones gets in the machine.
Yeah.
The doctor hits the button. Mr. Jones gets into the doctor. The doctor
Right.
goes, "You have got a sweat on. I'm familiar with this because I had a fella in the other day with a similar thing. Take 3 of these."
You are a mental case. I don't know what this is.
Because-
Why
Okay.
can't
What-
the
what is
doctor
this?
make that observation like a doctor
Yeah.
does? Why
What
can't
is
the
this?
doctor, using his knowledge, observe the
I
person
tell
with the
you
sweat
why.
on?
I tell you
This is
why.
like a scene
Right.
from Ghost. This is like Patrick Swayze.
Listen, when my nerves were short,
Are they not short already? Have they extended since then?
well,
Oh,
I just have to
no.
do stretches.
This
Just
thing
pull them-
again.
Just pull them about.
Right.
But when I
I remember this. When he said they told him his nerves were too short for his body. He had to stretch him. I remember that episode. That was good.
Since then.
Well, yeah, I just have to do stretches. Just pull them about. But when I had that, I'm not very good with words.
Go on.
So when I was going in saying, "Doctor, my knee's aching," and he'd go, "What sort of ache is it?" I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just an ache. And if it-
Toothache. It's like a toothache in my
No,
leg.
but it's different.
Go
It's
on.
a different ache. Now the thing
Arseache.
is,
It's like an arseache.
it's hard to explain an ache.
So he'd
Yeah.
have to feel the ache and then he could make an assumption from it.
Thank you.
So he would presumably go through training going in the machine and they'd bring in various sick people and he would experience and feel every single ailment.
Great.
Yeah, but over.
Doctor, I'm going to let you know now what a swift kick in the bollocks feels like, just in case you ever have to diagnose that. Oh, you God! I can't remember that one.
Yeah, but
Doctor, now you're going to feel a spike up the arse.
it's all about.
I can't remember that one. Okay.
No, could I just wait until the man comes in with a spike up the arse?
No, you've got to tell you so you know
I would feel it a necessity. If he's
No,
coming, he's got the spike up his
no.
arse, I'd
You've
be
got
able
to
to tell.
experience everything before someone comes in and gets into your body like Ghost, and you'll know what it is.
Hey, listen,
Right.
let's not dismiss this idea out of hand, of course, because you
Because how is he going to know what that feeling is if he doesn't know ahead of time? So I get where Ricky's coming from with this too. So, but yeah,
And you'll know what it
is
is.
it going to extremes
let's not-
again?
Let's
It's
not
Ricky.
dismiss this idea out of hand, of course, because you'll famously remember, Rick, that Carl had the idea of a man who can grow backwards. So
Right.
he's born as an old man, and when he dies, he's a young baby.
And with all ideas comes something. Einstein said that. He said if an idea isn't.
Go on. Wait.
Wait,
Just
what
let
did
him
Einstein
finish.
say?
We've got an Einstein quote here.
Yeah.
This is a historic day. Carl, sorry, what were you saying? What did Albert Einstein say?
He just said something along the lines of.
Well,
No. Give us the
Come on,
quote.
do
Give us
it.
the
No,
quote.
it doesn't matter about
No,
how he
don't.
worded it. It's the
No.
point in hand.
Well, I think it is. I think a quote. I think like all, any sort of poetic content of anything is exactly how it's worded. So just what did Einstein
It's
say
not at
exactly?
all. It's
Well,
not.
no, it is, yeah.
Well, he said something along the lines of.
Go on.
an idea. If an idea isn't daft.
Oh, start again.
No, come on, let's hear it.
No, because he started. Because he
He said if an idea isn't daft, it isn't worth thinking about.
What?
What?
Say it again.
If an idea isn't daft, it isn't worth thinking about.
I can't imagine him saying
No, I
daft.
can.
No,
What?
well, it was something like that though, meaning that every new idea seems a bit mental,
Yeah,
right?
it's a good
But
point.
then it leads to something.
Well,
I'm not sure that he. But I think if we were sat with Einstein now
got a
and he
point.
brought up the machine that allows doctors to feel, I don't think he'd be
Right.
saying we should
No.
pursue that idea.
There's some ideas that go, I think the Earth might be round. People go, oh, it is flat. And then there's people who stand in doorways covered in crucifixes with tinfoil on their head, saying Jesus is in my cock.
Yeah. But
Now he's a mentalist.
yes, but what I'm saying is, wouldn't you have said it was mental years ago when someone said, I'm going to make a machine so I can look inside your head? Years on, hello, get in the machine, we've got an MRI scanner.
He's got a point, you know. How long ago was it how long ago was it that they couldn't even shit. I had a thought in my head as how long ago was it that they started using cameras to do surgeries? You know what I mean? And it's not been that long in the whole scheme of things. When you think about how long our history is, that the technology boom rather, has greatly increased our knowledge. It's greatly increased our problems as well. But I see where Carl's coming from. But I kind of lost my train of thought there and started just rambling a little bit. I tend to do that a little bit. Just sleeping pill they have me on keeps me a little bit drowsy during the day and a little bit out of it sometimes. So I tend to ramble a little bit. But anyway, let's get back to this.
MRI scanner.
But yeah, that's what that train of thought was. Is how long ago did we actually start using the MRIs to actually see what's going on inside people? Because we've used X-rays, and then it progressed to MRIs. If I'm not mistaken, the MRIs were just more in depth, even though it sounds like a damn machine gun going off around you. I hate those machines. They give me such a headache just from the noise. But like he said, how long or how do we go from a doctor having the idea of looking inside someone to actually being able to look inside someone? You know what I mean? Without cutting them open to do it.
Years on, hello, get in the machine, we've got an MRI scanner.
So I get where he's coming from.
You may obviously be aware, Carl, that the first contraceptive diaphragms
Oh no.
centuries ago were citrus rinds. Half an orange rind, for instance, would be used.
I mean, more selfish men turned them inside out.
I believe that's also still being used in parts of Manchester.
For what?
An orange. Just think of your head.
And it worked.
Well, we don't know at this juncture.
Just think of your
I
head.
mean, mate,
Always picking on him by his little round head, you know?
Well, we don't know at this juncture.
I mean, maybe. I don't
It
know.
works for contraception because women went, fuck off, what are you coming to me with a fucking orange on your cock for, you don't cunt?
But it could. I mean, again, it's that thing, innit, of we look at it now and we laugh. But look at what's happening. People now are always trying to get us to eat more fruit.
What?
I don't.
Amazing.
Whoa, hold
I
on.
thought for a minute he was going to say, okay, so they start with, then they.
How do you go from using an orange as a contraceptive to eating more fruit? Carl's looking at things the wrong way, I think.
I don't.
Amazing.
That's a way of getting.
I thought for a minute he was going to say, okay, so they start with, then they went from the orange rind to say a coconut shell.
Yeah.
That was too big. That didn't work.
Run! It's coconut jar!
No, don't put half a pineapple on your cock. That's insane.
Yeah, that's mental.
And then somewhere down the line, they finally got to contraception as we understand it. Is that? I thought that's where you're going, but no. Something about eating oranges is healthy for you.
What I'm saying is, if you go into any well-known supermarket and you look at, say, some young kid who's had a kid, and you look at stuff in their shopping basket, they're not buying fruit. They're buying, burgers and chips.
Turkey Twizzlers,
Yeah, crisps and all that. No, but they love having it away. Get some fruit in. So they definitely have fruit in the house, which at the moment, a lot of kids don't have fruit in their house. That's why they're eating Turkey Twizzlers. But the mum loves having it away. So she would have loads of fruit in. So everyone's happy.
If
The
she
kids
was
are
using
eating
an
fruit.
orange for contraception, she would also be giving the kids.
Well, you wouldn't waste
so half
it.
the orange she'd give to the kids, and half the orange she'd stick up her fanny.
Yeah, a treat for everyone.
That's just fucked up. A treat for everyone. Oh my god. Like I said, I love Carl's way of thinking. I just love it.
She'd give to the kids, and half the orange she'd
Well,
stick up her fanny.
Yeah, a treat for everyone. Have a bit of fruit, and she's got what she wants. Whereas at the moment, what happens? A burger's not coming in helpful for anyone.
If you want me tonight, pop a sesame seed bone on your cock. Take out the fucking pickle. No one likes the fucking pickle up the fanny. Oh, he's a bloody romantic. He popped a plum roast sausage up my fanny yesterday. He loves me.
Oh my god.
Modern man, in a sense, with all the technology we have, can play God. And this is something which is huge now. A lot of ethical discussions about things like stem cell research. Should we be interfering in what should be a godly terrain? You say no straight away. Straight away, no.
Right.
I think he's sort of like messing about now. I think that's.
Wait a minute. He said no right away, but yet Carl's the one that had the idea of taking someone's brain out of their body and putting it into another body. So how is that not messing with God's work, so to speak? So he's a little two-sided on this when
Should we
you
be
look at it
interfering
that way.
in what should be a godly terrain? You say no straight away. Straight away, no.
I think he's sort of like messing about now. I think that's the problem. We've got the tools and they like to use them, and that's what happens. I've got a sander for Christmas, and I can't wait to sand stuff. I can't even think of enough things that need sanding, but I want to use it. And
Not
that's the
scruffy
same.
sander.
And that's the problem, innit? If you've got the tools, you can't have the tools and say, pop them in the shed. Well, no, I don't want to use them. A new tool, eh?
Right. Sand the shed down.
That's the problem, innit? All these, medical people. That's what happened in the Hulk, innit?
Yeah, well, again, I was just going to say, that is a word of fiction. The Hulk
Yeah, but with all fiction
comes...
the future.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So
Certainly in science fiction.
With all fiction comes the future. Okay. I guess that's a different way of saying life imitates art. But then art imitates life too, so there is that.
Fiction.
but the
Yeah. Certainly
uh,
in science fiction.
but the problem is, this is what I say is the problem.
Go on, no, this is...
Is it a quote from someone?
Let's sum it up there. Carl, shoot me.
People are living too long.
That's not a summary yet. Sum it up. I have one more go.
So-
This is the real one.
It'll be something like today's cure is tomorrow's headache. It's all right,
That's all right.
because what I'm saying there is
Go on.
we can come up with stuff. We can come up with a tablet to get rid of headache. Tomorrow, your headache's gone. Your legs hurting.
So today's cure is actually tomorrow's leg ache. So today's cure is tomorrow's leg ache.
Yeah, but ages ago I said to you, don't solve problems,
Yeah.
because a problem solved is a problem caused.
What? I'm with Ricky on this one. A problem solved is a problem caused? No. It's a patient cured, it's a patient lost. Which I guess would be the same thing. Solve a problem, cause a problem.
Caused.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I don't remember that quote.
Where did he go now?
Medicine is the art or science of healing, and that doesn't always have to be a drug or a surgery.
Right.
We mustn't just forget that some people don't need medicine, they just need help. For example,
therapy.
there are people that help disabled people have intercourse. There's someone that actually helps the man put in his penis to the woman's vagina. They leave the room. What?
I've never even heard of this.
It's
What?
true. Absolutely true. They're
Steve?
helpers.
Yeah, no, I believe that is the case.
Yeah. And that's just as needed as anything that might cure
Well,
their own.
it's not. That's pleasure.
Yeah. So what are you saying? Because you can't walk or move, that you can't love someone and want to share that love?
I'm just
and
saying it's not a priority.
Well, no, but they're going to live. They're healthy apart from their disability. I've met someone. They want to consummate this love, and someone helps them out and goes, well, that's part of my job.
No, it's not part of the job.
Well, it is part of the job because that's their job.
I have never heard any.
Carl's getting mad. Not part of the job.
My job.
No, it's not part of the job.
Well, it is part of this job because that's their job.
I have never heard anyone say, "Oh, I've had a right day today."
Why?
I've been playing with Arthur's tackle all day.
They don't
I've
play
never-
with Arthur's tackle. They pop Arthur's tackle in Hilda's vagina.
I don't think they do.
They do.
How can they enjoy that? I mean,
They're
maybe
doing it
once,
to enjoy it.
and they'd go, "That didn't work, did it? I didn't enjoy that, Hilda."
No.
How can they enjoy it with a nurse stood there?
They
having to
don't.
do that?
No, they help her in. She helps Arthur in, or he might be a male nurse. Pops Arthur in. Goes, okay, Arthur. I'll see you in a few minutes. Right. Goes outside.
But what's the point, though, in that?
Why?
Because it's all about the mood and everything. He's just stuck onto like a stag beetle clinging onto a leaf. There's no enjoyment in that.
Oh, the well-known stag beetle copulating with a leaf syndrome.
No, but I'm just
Someone in
saying,
position in the Kama Sutra.
I'm
No,
just
he
saying,
knows it. I think it's a lovely act, and someone's willing to. Wouldn't you help someone in?
definitely not.
No. What?
Definitely
So no. Look, says a guy goes, oh, this is my wife. We're both say, well, I can't. Can you just pop me in, Carl? You're the only. You're the only person around.
No, I don't think it's important
But there are
enough.
people.
What do you mean you don't think it's important enough?
I'd be happy to go round, put the washing on for them, make the bed. Do you want a cup of tea? Yeah, I'd love one. There you go. Oh, just before you go, forget it. If they asked me to do that, I'd quit. And I don't think it happens because people
It
wouldn't take
does
that on for
happen.
a job. It does happen. On Comic Relief, when they're raising money, they don't go, thanks to Midland Bank for this £100. That's going to go towards Arthur getting his end away.
That's ridiculous. So you would rather them not have the pleasure of each other than just help them in.
No, because they'd work out some way that they could do something for each other. I want to play the guitar. My fingers aren't long enough. I've knocked it on the head. It's the same thing. If you can't do it, don't do it.
So are you telling me, right? Okay. Supposing there's a little fella who's got no arms, no legs, right?
Right?
Little Bob. Okay. There he is. All right, Carl. Right. He's got a friend, another little fella with no arms and no legs. All right, Carl. Right. They love each other. Two little fellas. Two little dwarves with no arms and no legs. Okay. Lovely little fellas. They get married. Okay. Carl, you can't put my penis up my boyfriend's bottom, can you?
No, I can't. No.
Why not? Why
No,
not?
do you need
Carl?
anything else doing?
No, I'm fine. Yeah,
No, it's weird how you can manage everything else.
Well, no.
I'm here to help you. Everything else seems to be sorted.
Well, I'm just in the
Why do
chair.
you need help in this department?
Oh, because he's over there and I'm here. And if you just pop me in and just
No,
leave
I'm
me
not
there.
doing that. It's not good for you. You wash your arms and legs, you'll be losing that soon if you carry on sticking it there.
I told you he's getting mad. Look at him. You'll be losing that soon. You keep putting it there. This is wrong. Oh God.
It's not good for you. You've lost your arms and legs. You're losing that soon if you carry on sticking it up there.
Oh my God. His mind is, oh, his mind is all over the place. Like I said, he's against like stem cell research and stuff like that. Is that just leave things be? But yet he wants to be able to live longer by putting his brain in someone else's body. It's like you can't have. Well, you can't have both things. You can't have it both ways. You can't have things both ways. You know what I mean? You can have everything you want, but his way of thinking is just it just amazes me. The way his mind works. His imagination sometimes is out there, way out there. But Carl's way of thinking is kind of similar to mine. It's just to the point and nowhere farther. Just to the point. It's like you could see after he said no straight away when Steven asked him about the stem cell stuff, and he said no right away. You could see him start getting mad the more they kept asking him about it. You could see it in his face. I know it's a cartoon, but you could see the expressions they were giving him. That he was getting mad about it because they kept bugging him about it. But anyway, like I said, you guys gotta love Carl. He is one of a kind. Anyway, that is going to just about wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this with me as much as I enjoyed watching it with you. And I hope to see you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace. Hey guys, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here at Jerry J.